That reminds me of another topic that I did a podcast on, Operation COINTELPRO. Are you familiar with that?
COINTELPRO. I've heard of it. There's so many operations, though. Feel
Yeah,
free to
this
remind.
this was back in the 60s, 70s, and it was the counterintelligence, I think even earlier than that, 50s. It started like at the end of the McCarthy era. Counterintelligence program. And so it was an anti-communist, anti-progressive. So what the FBI did, run by the FBI, and they massive, massive spying operation. They encouraged kind of like in Nazi Germany, how they encouraged people, report your neighbor if they're a Jew, and then somebody would come and take them away in the middle of the night. They encouraged the same thing. Report somebody if you think they're a leftist, if you think they might have leftist or communist leanings. So actually, Ronald Reagan he got his start as a narc for Operation COINTELPRO. He was a go nowhere actor, a B movie actor in movies that sucked. His notoriety was from commercials, from a Chesterfield cigarette commercial, namely, right? So how did this guy rise to political prominence, right, over Cary Grant or somebody like that? Well, he was a part of this operation ratting people out in Hollywood to the FBI. So I'm sure it was a payback of like, hey, thanks. Here's the governorship of California. Now you're a contender. Um, but they were spying on every university in the country. So any left-leaning professor was on the list, any student organizer was on the list, the Black Panthers were on the list, Earth First, an environmental movement, was on the list, on and on and on and on. And in their documents released through the FOIA, through Freedom of Information Act, the FBI said, quote unquote, we will never allow a progressive candidate to take power in the United States. So what does that mean? That means assassination, right? Because this is way before the Kennedy assassination. This is
Mhm.
before the assassination of Martin